main idea in our project is to see Risøy and the other islands as completely integrated parts of the city center of Haugesund. And this is actually also how it once was envisioned in the city's first regulation plan in 1856. The Smeasundet Strait that runs through the center has historically always had an important role for the activity in Haugesund. Today, it unfortunately also represents a barrier that isolates Risøy. Our proposal therefore starts by defining a new vision for Smeasundet as a grand canal that can increase the connections between mainland and islands through a series of interventions.
Risøy is reached by the contrast and diversity of inhabitants, functions and spaces. Through interviews and site visits, we have seen how physical barriers and obsolete solutions can prevent inhabitants from interacting and Risøy from developing its full potential. Ripples in the Water is a holistic plan that aims to identify and amplify the main qualities of the island. It combines a visionary proposal in a long-term perspective with implementation through an experimental and decentralized approach.
As a response, we propose 6 conceptual layers as design strategies. Identify and open all private barriers in commons and reclaim them as public. Expand the existing grid as a framework for all new areas. To reorganize traffic and parking in new superblocks to make room for pedestrians. Establish a loop around the island with attractions, industrial activities and access to the waterfront. To identify and create hotspots suited for private and public corporations that can work as drivers of new development, and mapping of existing potentials for developing mixed neighborhoods.
Large areas of Risøy have no permeable surfaces, and the topography of landfills is threatened by the rising sea level. The proposed blue-green infrastructure focuses on building with nature and strengthening relation to water by creating tidal parks and oases of locally adapted plants, implementing floating structures, building land dike as part of foundation work, increasing vegetated common areas, as well as creating blue-green public spaces as temporary storage of rainwater.
The project proposed to use the communal block as a testing lab for the superblock strategy. By reorganizing traffic and parking to the surrounding streets, the central street can be transformed to a recreational space with half private gardens and green public outdoor areas. By opening up the internal courtyard, this can be developed into a collective shared garden for the neighborhood. With proof of concept, we believe this strategy can be implemented in the whole city center grid in Haugesund.